Well, what's up, fellas? How you guys doing? Welcome to Gaming Exposed with Jaffe and Gene. Today, of course, it'll just be Jaffe. We'll get to that in just a second. It's nice to see everybody. Let me pop this off there. I think one of the reasons last week we were having a bit of a frame rate lag, whatever it was, issue was dealing with the green screen on Talk Studio. So today we will not be doing any backgrounds. I'll just be sharing screens, but that allows us hopefully to have a pretty tech issue free stream. It also lets you call in. I like doing it on Talk Studio because, and the link is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. If you want to call in on your computer, phone, whatever, video is fine. No video, just voice is fine, and share really whatever you want to talk about. Ideally, it'll have to do with games, but it really doesn't have to. I'll talk about whatever the fuck you want. But it's nice to see you guys, and let's talk a little bit about where Gene is. I'll show you what Gene posted on the Twitter today. And so I'm not really sharing anything that he hasn't already shared with you guys. But you know, it's you know, I don't know. I don't think anybody's happy to see this news, and but I have a feeling it's gonna. I mean, what do I know? I want to be positive. I don't know anything about stuff like this. I want very much for Gene to be super well, super healthy, super safe. And I know he's got great doctors, and I know he's got great support, and I know he's got a lot of love out there. And so I'm hoping some of that, all of that, will make a difference. He says he's taken some time offline and off work as I deal with health issues. Gene said this morning, I got some bad news, but we just need to confirm before I go back on treatments. I'd rather not deal with the noise of discourse or ridicule during this time, which is kind of pathetic when you think about it. That there was a time when he was sick and he had to deal with ridicule. I still hope it's nothing, as do we all, and it could very well be nothing, but I got to be ready. He says, I feel fine. If anything's wrong, we're catching it early and it's small. I just hope to be done with it. This is why I need my insurance and my job. Someday I hope to be free of all this. Someday we all will. I'm not sure what that means. In the meantime, I just have to cherish the time I have today, which is about as healthy as you can get. He's been through this before. He's come through it before with super duper flying colors. And like he said, they're catching it early and it's small. So I'm not a guy who prays. I don't believe in that stuff. But if you are, send a couple of prayers his way, and I'll just let him know I'm there for him and keep him in my thoughts, and we'll see where it goes. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my very best to keep this show going as scheduled. I might bring in a sub to work with, just because it's better to bounce off people on this kind of show while Gene is out and kind of keeping his seat warm until he comes roaring back super duper healthy. Or it may be like, yeah, let's only do this show when Gene is here. So we'll have to kind of see how it goes the next couple of days, next couple of episodes, and we'll go from there. So for now, though, welcome to Gaming Exposed. We have some interesting news to talk about today. We have Anna G in the chat, who's always looking out for us. She says, so show the show some, God damn it, Jaffe, show the show some love. Send a ducat, a membership, or maybe even just like the stream. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. That's how the show keeps going. But yeah, so, you know, if you see, I don't know if Gene is going to be on social media much right now, but if you see him, you know, give him a funny gif, or but just to let him know you're in his thoughts, or he's in your thoughts. My dad had cancer 19 times, says the mighty Silverback, all serious ones. Didn't pay a penny because of the NHS. As an American defender, your healthcare system is indefensible, not as indefensible as your spelling. I don't disagree with you. I mean, at all. I think it's a ridiculous concept that that people get sick and they cannot afford, you know, to get healthy. It's absolute. Look, man, I'm not going to be the guy that's sitting around here, rah, rah, America, dude. I will tell you, there are some great things about America. There are some even greater ideals about America. And there's some stuff we do pretty goddamn good over here. But yeah, we're pretty fucking corrupt like every other country, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. What do you want me to do about it? Except vote. That's all I can do. But anyway, that's what's going on. That's why Gene is not here with us today. Hello, Jay Styles. Jay Styles says he's taking a break from all the Arc Raiden to come over and watch the show. I appreciate it. That game is on fire. It is, last I saw was 700. This can't be right, but maybe it is 700,000 concurrent players. They've sold over more than 4 million copies in 2 weeks. That is kind of some batshit crazy. Can you just think for a minute about this? Think about the guys at Battlefield. Think about the guys at Concord. Not anymore, but when they were working on Concord. I mean, you just never know. You never know what's going to hit. I'm sorry, you don't. There are people I see in forums all the time, like, I can tell you. No, you can't. If you could, you'd be living high off the hog and you'd be making shit tons of money because nobody fucking knows. But yeah, it's a great game. And we'll talk about some of their DLC coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big deal. Tomorrow's a big game day for multiplayer gamers. Tomorrow we have Arc Raiders is coming out with their first expansion. It's kind of cool. It's you got to work with the community to dig these tunnels in the map. And if everybody, eventually they'll get to it, you'll open up the tunnels to an entire new section of the map that has 2 new enemies. There's like 4 new weapons. I think it's a snow level or a kind of a frost level. Gives a little bit more of the story. And then they have another big expansion called Cold Snap coming in December. So if you are, see, Buzzy says expansion already. Well, again, this is a game that's been in early access, I believe, for quite some time. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I have already seen people on this very chat. Like I was streaming Arc Raiders last night and people were saying to me, I already finished it. I got through everything. And I'm like, holy shit. Right. I mean, I'm probably 2, 3, 4 weeks away from that. So I think that's pretty cool that at least the roadmap right now is going to bring you back in December or November and December. That's pretty fucking cool. I agree. Nathan 440 in the chat says the canceled Last of Us multiplayer game as a light extraction like Arc Raiders would have popped off, or a Resident Evil game. I would rather it be a Resident Evil game. I think that's really cool. Somebody told me last night there is a extraction game coming out that is kind of like HP Lovecraft inspired. So if you weren't watching the stream last night when we were playing it, what I will tell you is it is one of the scariest games I've ever played. And I say that even though thematically there's very little scary about it, but mechanically it does about 4 things that really create fear through gameplay. So of course, Resident Evil is a horror game. Silent Hill F, probably still my favorite game of the year, is a horror game, but I never found myself really all that scared playing those games. I thought it was interesting and I thought the worlds were creepy and cool, but I didn't feel tense in those games. In Arc Raiders, it's like 3 to 4 things. It's the fact that when you die, if you don't extract, you lose everything. And it's not like Souls where you can go back and at least have a good chance of picking it up. It's gone, and it's that tension of, and that's nothing special to Arc Raiders. That's just an extraction game, but it's that tension of, do I stay or do I go? Do I get to the escape hatch, or do I go, that's a cool looking bunker over there. Fuck it. Let me just go check it out. And before you know it, you're down there getting cool stuff and then bang, you're dead. And you're like, fuck. So that's really scary. The AI is really good and aggressive, and they will hunt you. It's better than a lot of AI. Like they will find openings and windows and sunroofs to shoot down on you. So there's that tension. And then, and there's all the stealth and sneaking because line of sight, audio. But the scary part too is the proximity chat with other humans that are not part of your squad. And you get into this sense of, like I had, there's a thing called like a safety pocket where you can put something in, and even if you die, that thing will come out with you. You can save one thing, kind of like on, Dave the Diver and whatever. It's a kind of typical mechanic, but I've been saving this access card to this room. And I finally last night, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go see what's in that room. And I got into the room, and right as I start, rifling through all the various things, and there were some good things in there. Somebody else comes in the room. And I'm like, fuck. And so I use the proximity chat and I'm like, I won't kill you if you don't kill me. And this guy didn't say anything. And so I just took my gun, which was a pretty powerful gun, and I just sat there um, aiming at him. Every time he moved from locker to locker, I was just headshot. I didn't shoot, but he knew I was just fucking sitting there. And I was waiting for him. I'm like, if this, because he's not responding to me, and he could, even if he didn't have a microphone, he could have responded with the emotes. I'm like, okay, if this motherfucker even looks like he's going to reach for something, I'm just going to fucking blow his head off, right? Because I had him line of sight. And it was just this tense moment of sitting there, just don't fuck with me, motherfucker. Don't fuck with me, motherfucker. I mean, it was very, very tense. And so, yeah, when you think about how scary this game can be at a play level, and then you say, then wrap it in something that's more horror based, I think that's going to be a sweet spot, man. But I'm loving it. Jay Styles says, hit that "do we have a problem" stance. Yeah, I don't even know the emotes, man. Most people are nice, and then I can't help but start fucking with people. I haven't been mean. Somebody's asking, am I friendly? I'm friendly until they give me a reason not to. If I see you, I'll say, hey, I don't want to shoot you. Don't shoot me. We'll be fine. And most people are fine with that. But sometimes I'll, like last night, I'm like trying to do the girl voice because you can change your voice. And I'm like, I love you. And my mama says I can't play anymore. And this is my last game. Will you come pick me up? And, some people are a little freaked out, which is a lot of fun. All right. Anyway, so that's exciting. That's coming out tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, 9:00 California time, you can start playing Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which I am very excited about. I love Black Ops. I'm so entrenched now with Arc Raiders that I don't know if I'm going to really do much of anything with Black Ops until I, get Arc Raiders out of my system. That's how good it is for me anyway. That's how good it is for me that I'm seriously considering, not that it matters, but my game of the year for, since it came out and I finished it has been Silent Hill F. And this may actually overtake Silent Hill F as my favorite game that I've played this year. It's just absolutely excellent. Rules of engagement. I was just talking about it. No, I'm writing that down. I don't know if you were in here, Lathan. I was telling people about that you had told me, and I had forgotten the game. This is the Lovecraft extraction game that you were telling me about. Engagement is what it's called. Rules of engagement. And you told me it was by a team that worked on Pillars of what was it fucking thing called? Like, it's a pretty good pedigree team that's working on it too. So extraction shooter, but you're the press getting the Epstein files from the FBI, says Voodoo Silk. Hey, I'd play that game. I'd totally play it. Matt says, don't play Call of Duty unless you absolutely have to. What situation would exist on the planet where you would absolutely have to play Call of Duty? I don't know, but I've been a big fan, man. I've been a big fucking fan of Call of Duty since, the last 6-7 years. Been playing the shit out of multiplayer. Love it. Okay, so that's what's going on in terms of games dropping this week, the big games and the big DLC. Steam Machine. Let's talk about Steam Machine. I think we want to get to that 1 second. Yeah, let's talk about this. Now, people are already coming at me because I was saying that I could see this being a big fucking deal. I could see this even saying, I'm not saying this is the next Wii at all, but I do think there is the opportunity for Steam to slide in here and make a very, very, very big noise with this thing. And I want to tell you why. Because people are like, well, it's underpowered, and it is. There's no doubt, but it also means it's probably not going to be that expensive. If you've already heard Microsoft ad nauseum talk about how they're doing something similar, but they're making a premium product, right? It's going to be expensive. This, I don't know. This might be a $3.99. People were telling me that this was somewhere between, I haven't watched the Digital Foundry thing, but I know they were positive on it. They went hands-on with it. And somebody was saying that it was between like the Switch 2 and the PS5 in terms of power. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what somebody told me. But $399 kind of makes sense. Hello, dogs. I have both dogs coming in here. Hello, fellas. You can come in if you can get the door open. I don't mind. Come on. Come on. See what you can do, you smart motherfuckers. Yeah, there's the baby. There's your baby. Hi. Hi. There's the other baby. I'm doing a stream, you guys. We're talking about the Steam machine. Okay, so no, I have not, Alex. The Dreamcast guy made a video saying he's scared. What is he scared of? But anyway, regardless, let me tell you why I'm excited for this. Because, and educate me on this. I've understood this as well as I can understand it with my brain pan. But my understanding on this is that it will be able, obviously, to run your Steam library. You will be able to boot up Windows, which means that you can run Game Pass on it. If you have Game Pass, I don't think you can run it on Steam OS, but you can certainly obviously run it on Windows. I am almost certain that Sony is going to be doing remote play, not just on the portal, but on other devices. They've hinted, they've talked about everybody knows there's the cross-buy sticker that kind of leaked on the websites for certain games. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it seems like the winds are blowing that way. But regardless, you'll be able to play Game Pass on this. You'll be able to play Steam on this, and you'll be able to play any games that Sony does put out on PC. Max says they already do remote play on other devices. Yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus Premium and you can stream it, which doesn't work for everybody. I love streaming, but certainly you could do that as well for sure. So you're going to have a lot of games, but the real secret sauce that I don't think people, because maybe we've gotten so used to it and it's just sort of, by the way, if you don't know what this is, I apologize for being presumptuous and assuming you've already looked into this. Steam announced this today. It's basically a console. It's a PC. You can mod it. You can run Linux on it. You can run Windows on it. It runs Steam OS out the box, but it's meant to run your Steam library on, anywhere, but it's meant to be kind of a console basically. Right. They haven't announced a price yet. And they also have a new controller that looks kind of cool. And they've also announced, we'll talk about the VR thing in just a second, that's, designed to kind of dovetail into it almost effortlessly. So what's cool about it to me is that the real secret sauce of this is not the hardware, but it is, in fact, Steam itself, right? Steam, I think it's the same thing I felt about Game Pass, and you guys know how that went. I always felt that Game Pass would be insanely successful, but they had to market it, and they didn't really market it. They didn't sell it like they needed to, right? But when you look at this and you go, if Valve can communicate how absolutely amazing the Steam ecosystem is, the number of events, the number of sales, the number of games, the variety, the user interface, and just the ease of using it, the community that has been built up in Steam over the last 15 years or whatever it is. The fact that you can go on this and you don't even have backwards compatibility issues anymore. Like, the first time I ever played Dead Space 2 was on Steam, and I never had to think about it. I just went there, and it was in a section called it's one of my favorite sections. It's games under $5, games under $10, right? And you can go there and it's like, holy shit. There are absolute amazing sales all the time. There are events all the time on Steam in terms of Next Fest, Horror Fest, indie games, publishing deals. It is like a little mini E3 almost every week. The Adult Game Showcase, that's going on right now, I think. Finji Publisher Sale. And then you also just get a bunch of demos that are insane. You don't have to go through, you want to put a demo on Xbox or you want to put a demo on PlayStation, you've got to go through all of these TRCs and checks, and it's expensive and all this shit. You want to fucking put a game on here that your friend just fucking made, or you want to put something really indie and quirky and strange, Steam is the place to get it. I do find it hilarious. Folks are thinking this is Steam filling in the gap for Xbox. Makes no sense at all, says Machine. I don't know what that means, because what is the gap for Xbox? I love Game Pass. I adore it. But other than that, I don't really think there's a gap that needs to be filled, because what, just another box? I mean, who gives a shit? I don't think that's a, you know, I wouldn't want to fill that gap because it hasn't been that successful of a gap. Yeah, and Awesome says, I'd argue the majority of the Steam library doesn't need a beefy computer to play. Yeah, absolutely. And that, I think, will, again, I'm not saying, the people who are coming at me in the comments already and saying things like, you know, this is not going to be next gen. Yes, you're absolutely right. I think Sony is still going to be the company to buy or PlayStation is going to be the hardware to buy if you are looking for the greatest and most beautiful graphics, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you'll get that here as well. If you're, well, you won't, you'll get it if you're streaming, but you won't get it on this because the hardware won't be as powerful. But you absolutely will get that on PlayStation. But I would argue, especially if you see the younger generation coming up, the people that are dedicated and they need that as part of their gaming diet are substantially less than the people that are going to lose their shit if they can market this right. Now, I could be wrong. See, even in the chat right now, we have Larav says, hearing the specs are basically Series S Pro completely killed my enthusiasm. Yeah, it's not for you. I mean, it's absolutely not for you. The Xbox that they've talked about coming next is probably going to be a lot more powerful. But you know, I would say the minute you guys, I wish gamers weren't so fucking stubborn. I really do. I'm not saying you all are, but the minute some of you guys that are holding off with streaming video games, not all, I'm with you. You know, my son plays Fortnite streaming. I wouldn't want to play a competitive shooter streaming. But the minute you guys get over yourselves, if you haven't at least done a test, you're not even going to think about the hardware. Like, to me, it's such an antiquated idea. It's like, I need the greatest, then fucking stream it. It'll be amazing. But whatever. I'm not going to try to sell you on streaming. You'll eventually come around like everybody does, because it's staggering. Jaffe, the next generation Xbox, you can play Steam games. Will that cause Xbox concerns at Microsoft? I don't know. I have no idea how they're responding. Phil Spencer put out a thing today saying, you know, our games do great on Steam. We're the biggest games publisher in the world, so we're going to make money either way. He didn't say that part, but that's pretty much what he was saying. But I don't know. But think about it, though. Think about if somehow Steam can communicate to the average person. Like, the average person wanted the Wii because it was easy and it looked fun. They didn't care it couldn't compete with the PS3, PS4. If Steam can communicate, like, to the, again, and I might be in the minority here, because I get really excited whenever there is a Steam Next Fest. When there's a Steam Next Fest, I feel like it's a little bit like old school E3 and Christmas. It's like, oh my God, I just want to sit here all week long and go through every fucking demo and just, what is this? What is this? And the stuff that you get to discover, like, look at this game that I just found today. The developer tweeted about it, but I had never heard of this fucking thing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It is called, I think IGN mentioned it and it kind of blew up on the tweet. It is called is it the Executioner? What is that fucking thing called? I downloaded it. Let me see. I haven't played the demo yet. One second. The winter and summer sales are epic. The Next Fest are epic. I agree with that. One second. I just want to tell you what this game is called and just show you what I mean, right? Because you can't just go, oh, that looks cool, and you're off to the races and playing it. It's called No Vacation for the Executioner. Look at it. It could be shitty, but I hear it's not. Look at this, for an Executioner. The demo's out now. Second. It's not Bloodborne, but you know, it's cool. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I hear it's really good. Um, but it does look a little Bloodborne-y. If you look down at the bottom left at the UI. So I mean, shit like that you can just absolutely just try shit. This game came out. Uh, what's this thing called? I can't even spell it, but let me see. Uh, Junji Ito, which is based or inspired by the guy who does this manga that's really popular. Netflix just did a series, but it wasn't well received. Um, just watch this for a second. I mean, but again, it's got a very positive review, but it's just, if you really love games, man, just all day long, just try shit. And a lot of it's going to be crap, and a lot of it's going to be like, holy shit, your next favorite game. It just makes me so excited, man. So if you think about if Valve, yeah, Uzumaki, that's right. If you think about Valve and you think about and you question, can they somehow get this to a place of awareness? Now, I could be wrong, right? This stuff that's getting me very excited when I'm talking to you guys about it. Maybe most people would just kind of be like, I don't really care about that. And you may be right. Maybe I'm in the tiny minority and I'm getting excited over something that most people will never care about. I can't tell you that, but I look at this as a guy who's been gaming since the 70s, since it started, and I I almost feel like I'm living in an alternate universe when I see people on forums like NeoGAF going, "Oh, games have lost their magic and what's going on with games? They're not interesting anymore." And I'm just like, "What are you fucking talking about? The fuck are you talking about?" It's like they're living in a different environment. So, but I am excited for this. The VR thing is interesting to me. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. Hang on, let me get rid of this. The VR thing's interesting because it's like, why in the fuck are they jumping back into virtual reality? And they had, what they said was, they interviewed him and they said, you know, it reminds them of, you know, they did the iteration with like the first couple of VRs. They did the iteration with what ultimately became the Steam Deck and their original console, which is now becoming the Steam Machine. And they're like, it takes a while for us to, uh, you know, to kind of get the tech and the cost and the form factor. They think this time it's like there's no fuss, no muss. You put the headset on, it'll stream directly if you want to stream your games. If you want them stored on your machine, it'll do that. It'll just know which one works, which one's VR. If you want to play it on a big screen in 2D, I'm not saying it's ever going to make VR become a big deal. I think AR will become a huge deal. I don't think VR ever will. But it is kind of cool looking, and it does look comfortable. And if the price is right, I may pick it up, but that's not what I'm really excited about the most. I'm more excited about the Steam Machine. They said that they have, well, I don't want to get into tech stuff. A lot of people can explain that better than I can, but it's cool. I want to play with it, but the Steam Machine is what really actually has me a lot more interested and excited. So I want to remind you though, if you want to call in, apparently it's a little bit better than Quest 3, Snow Dragon. It's definitely better form fitting, runs more games. I don't know if it has pass through. I think it does, but I wasn't able to check into that before we started streaming. PK says Steam Machine is just an Ouya. Well, I mean, what's with the negativity? What's with the negativity, man? I mean, it's first off, it's not an Ouya at all. But that said, I mean, you know, give it a shot. Give it a fucking shot, or don't. Yeah, well, I agree with that, though. Damage Sector says VR would get a bigger user base if they treat it like native 3D display. Not just the display, but what I was hoping for. If you guys remember, there were mods that came out when Sony put the their games on PC, and there was like a Horizon where they basically took it and they let the player play it in VR. But it wasn't through the eyes of Aloy. It was just like you were experiencing it, but it was all 3D. And it was really fucking cool. And I'm like, yeah, man, I was kind of hoping the PSVR 2, they'd start doing their 2D games and they wouldn't be VR experiences. It would just be play Onimusha, not Onimusha, Ghost of Tsushima, but play it. But it's in a, not just a 2D, like a screen, but you're able to sort of move the camera around, and that's all 3D as well. I mean, which I guess would be the same thing because you can move the camera, but it was really cool seeing that. So I'm hoping there's more of that stuff. I have to address this. Thank says we're predisposed to negativity as a species. I don't think so. Well, I don't know if that's true. Maybe we are, but I'm not. I'm certainly not. I've seen enough cool shit to go, no. There's just too much cool shit going on. So I'm excited. Anna says, I haven't experienced VR. I would be down to get the VR if they can make it affordable. Well, yeah, I mean, I would always wait on that one because, you never know where it's going to go, and you got to make sure there's enough content and support. But I would say that, like I said, the Steam machine, though, I mean, I still may not get one because I don't really game in front of the TV, but I could see it being a big deal. That's all I'm saying. You're saying being negative helped us survive? I mean, maybe, but you think it still helps us? I think it makes us bitchy and assholes. It makes us miserable. Okay. So where is Gene? We talked about that. Gene is dealing with some of his own personal stuff. You can go over to his Twitter feed and look into it. He's going to be off for, the time being. And I'm not still entirely sure, how we're going to push the show forward. Is it going to be, I was thinking about, do we want to bring on another co-host? Would you guys like me to be, maybe every week it's a different person until we find somebody to not ever replace Gene, but until Gene's ready to come back, that's who they would be. Or should I just do it on my own? I mean, I like having at least a couple times a week a show that I can talk to somebody and bounce off of. It's easier. And it's also, I think, makes for a better show. Michael Pachter, I don't think Michael Pachter has the time. I think, I think, he's got a full-time gig. I don't think he would have the time. But I would want somebody that has a name, not to be a dick about it, but Gene was a name. I would want somebody that, could bring in their own audience, right? I was thinking of reaching out to, because I know she has a show on iHeartRadio. I haven't talked to her in a very long time, but Naomi Kyle has a show on iHeart about games, and I think it's only once a week, and I don't know if she would want to do something like that or not. Alana's already done a bunch of shows. She's clearly not interested in coming back. Victor Lucas is super busy, but I could reach out to Victor and see. I like Victor a great deal. Yeah, you think people are negative and that's why you're employed as a therapist still, says Machine. Yeah, I'm sure. Destin. Destin. Oh, I get those guys. I know they're both very different people, but Dustin is the Last Stand Media guy, of course. Destin is the guy who left IGN. I'm gonna reach out and see who might be interested, might be a good fit. I mean, I would love someone that I should just try. I would love to bring Pete Turtle on because people love him and hate him, and that makes for a fun dynamic. But he doesn't really play games. I mean, I want a show that's, we can talk about video games and stuff. I don't want to Micah would be great, but I can't pull from Last Stand Media. Come on now. And not that they would want to anyway. Jeff Gersman, I don't think likes me. I don't think he likes me at all. You just got back from Disneyland, man. That place is such a departure from the negative online. I love Disneyland, man. And it's all Christmased out now too, right? Cindy Gomez, don't know who that is. Sessler, I love talking to Sessler, but I think he's kind of over all of it. So I'll, if you have any suggestions, reach out, let them know, see if they're interested. And some people just don't like me, if you can believe that. Gina, I don't think so. Gina doesn't want to be on camera, so no. But yeah, I don't know. We might try. I don't know Jeff Gertzman that well. I may have been on one panel with him. I just got the sense him and the Giant Bomb guys, other than Ryan Davis, never really liked me at all. Vera Dark, I would do it in a heartbeat with Vera Dark because we'd kill each other, but it would make for an interesting show. Reforge, I don't have a problem with at all. I like him, but he's got a mega channel compared to me. There's no value to it for him. I'm not impossible to like. I know I'm not. I'm just kidding. Paul Tassi, fuck that shit. No way, man. That guy's what a judgy little fuck. No, thank you. I'm so tired of these little ninny fucks, man. Anyway. All right. Where are my calls? Where are my super chats? What the fuck is going on? Where are the memberships? Let's go, man. Are you not entertained? Are you not getting, you're enjoying your day, spending time with all of us? Jesus fucking Christ. Let's go. Bunny would be great, man, but Bunny doesn't play video games really. I love Bunny. I adore Bunny. I want to do something with Bunny, but like a show with Bunny. But I just, hey, Bunny, what do you think about the new Steam box? She's not going to want to talk about that. So, that's what I would say. I don't know DSP. Bukaki, I haven't heard from Bukaki in a long time, man. So, all right, let's go over to the let's forage in the forums. Let's see what's happening in the forums of the world. See if there's anything interesting there. Because today was kind of a bit of a not a bad surprise. Well, it was a bad surprise. I was sad to hear about what's going on with Gene, but in the sense that I just didn't have time to put a show together. So we're just going to have to get Smash TV. Fuck that guy. No way, man. I don't want to ever talk to that guy. I don't want to ever talk to that guy's sector. All right, let's see. Anything good going on any of the big forums, or is anything you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, fuck it. I'll just stream some games. Don't fucking threaten me with a good time. Let's see. Phil Spencer, Crash Team Racing 2 has been hinted at. There's not a lot. What do you guys got? Anything interesting? Hey, there you go. Machine sent 5 memberships. That's the way we play the goddamn game. That's the way we do it here. Super appreciated. M Machine, why can't you be more like your brother? M Machine, Mia Socks, at Hacker, Ari Stoss, Solar Edge, and good sir Carlos Hernandez have all been gifted a brilliant membership by the Machine Man himself. Thank you, buddy. Danny Sullivan, good to see you. Who's a conservative, but not like an asshole conservative? Viator Dark and I have gotten into it before, but I don't mind that. Like, I would never do a show with Smash JT. Not that he would want to. I would never do a show with Stuttering Craig. I mean, those guys are business-wise dead to me. Like, they are not redeemable, in my head. But Grums, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? Let's see. Sony says it's fully dedicated to launching Marathon by March 2026. I mean, those guys got to be looking at the success of Arc Raiders and just going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right? I mean, there's not room for all these games. I have not gotten into the beta of Marathon, but I do wonder about its differentiation, like how similar it is to this game. The art style, of course, is very, very different, very, very cool. But it's got to be more than that. Let's see what else. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has sold over 4 million copies. Great game. I couldn't stick with it for the whole thing. It just was too long for me, and it started getting a little difficult. But what I played, I would say that game is the most immersive video game I've ever played. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Really, really, really good. Let's see. I still need to play Stellar Blade. I played the demo. I liked it. Says Shift Up's considering other platforms for Stellar Blade. Everybody seems to really be loving the Simpsons Fortnite content. I haven't spent too much time with it, but that's kind of cool that they're vibing with that. All right, let's see what they're saying over at NeoGAF. Can you believe I'm banned at NeoGAF? Nobody wants me. The right wing doesn't want me, and I don't want them. But you'd think the progressives, I would be their fucking hero. But, you can't have an opinion and have the progressives still like you. That's the problem with the progressives. They're not actually progressives. All right, let's see what we got. Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer. I haven't seen it. I did see that Brie Larson is cast as Rosalina, which I like Brie Larson. But I'm kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm in the minority there too. I don't know why people hate Brie Larson so much. I think she's great. She's pretty. What do you want? Talented and pretty. Jesus, leave me alone. Let's see. Hyrule Warriors. I'm kind of over the Mizu games. I can't with another one of them at all. Yeah, that's the game I was talking about. Okay. Yeah. So honestly, fellas, that's all I got. That's all I got for today's show. So it can either be a short show or you guys can call in. You want to talk about something? Click on the top. Let's go. Let's get rolling. You like Brie Larson, but you don't like her feet. Really? Is this what we're talking about? You don't like her feet. Go watch Eddie Murphy and Boomerang. That man sounds just like you. Had this beautiful woman in bed with him. Fucking gorgeous woman. And he pulls the sheet back at night while she's sleeping after they've had sex. And she has like a bunion on her toe. And that's enough to make him walk out. I'm like, dude, you got Brie Larson in bed and you're going to walk away because her feet? The hell? You kick Megan Fox out of bed because her thumbs? You don't have that kind of pull with the ladies. I'm almost certain. Very few men do. We did talk about the Steam box. Yeah, they are boomer movies. Would you rather me talk about Gen Z movies? What do you want to talk about? The emoticon movie? You want to talk about Twilight, which is probably not Gen Z. Well, that's Gen Z, not Gen Alpha. So trust me, my movies are better. My generation's movies are much better made. You guys have better TV shows than we did when I was younger. But that's all I'll say about that. So, okay. I am okay being a boomer. Gen Z movies are reboots of boomer movies. It's true. It's exactly right. I think, they are making a sequel to the Goonies, but now with Gooner being the name, I don't know if they're going to have to change the name. Can you imagine calling it the Goonies 2? There's no goddamn way. There's no goddamn way they're going to be able to pull that off, but you never know. All right, fellas. Well, here's the deal. You're going to watch The Running Man. I am very excited to see that. It's got a review of like 7 on IGN. It sounds like it is a really fun, traditional, typical 80s-esque throwback action film. It's not going to blow your fucking mind. It's not going to be, something like Deus Ex Machina or one of those kind of movies that everybody talks about for years, but it sounds like it's going to be, and it is a fun time at the movie. So I may actually go out and see that one in the motion picture show. But there is a new Gremlins. Gremlins 3 is coming. I don't know if they've announced who's directing it. Durant, thank you for the super chat. Can I talk to God of War possible Egypt ideas? Yes, but I'm not working on it, so I don't really know anything. And I would, sure though, why not? No, we got nothing else to talk about today. We're kind of in a bit of a tailspin until Friday, but yeah, let's talk about it. What do you want to know about God of War possible Egypt ideas? Let me know. Am I streaming a game tonight? I don't know yet. We will be, I think we're going to watch the finale of the morning show. Me and my ex watch that together. And then after that, we'll see. But if not tonight, tomorrow, though. Psych Halo, thank you so much. 44 months as a member. Thank you, buddy. He says, "Happy Wednesday, guys. Much love for all." You as well, sir. You as well. Would you play Black Ops 7 campaign with a member or solo? I might. Oh, wait, Chris Columbus is going to direct Gremlins 3. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. I might. Obviously, there's the co-op missions because I want to experience the in game, and you can only get that really interesting in game for the campaign if it's the co-op campaign. But the first playthrough of I just want to play the campaign on my own, basically. But I'm looking forward to that. But I'm going to jump right in tomorrow night to what's it called, to Call of Duty and the multiplayer. I have not checked. I know what Dispatch is. Everybody is saying it's great. Matt says the final episodes have dropped today, which is great. Very excited to see. But I haven't played it yet. And I know if I bought it today, I'd play it and I'd get back. I want to get Arc Raiders out of my system because I didn't expect it. And it's preventing me from finishing some games, starting some games. I mean, it's preventing me. What a first world problem. But I bought a shit ton of games recently on Steam, and I haven't even downloaded them yet. I don't know what's good about Dispatch. I couldn't tell you. People just say it's really, really good, and it's well written and it's funny. No, I have not finished the Twisted Metal series yet. When's Resident Evil 9? Didn't they announce that's like a February thing? Fatal Frame remake looks good. I agree. Oh, I know. You just lost everything in a raid, Jay, and Arc Raiders. Yeah. That's why it's so fucking scary, man. That's why it's so fucking scary, that game. You go in, you're like, oh, I have this one gun, and I'm like, I'm not taking this out into the battlefield until I'm good enough to make sure I can come back alive with it. Some motherfucker's not going to shoot me. And then I started seeing people. I didn't know there were sniper rifles in this game. I mean, it's not surprising, but I hadn't seen one yet. And I saw a montage on on Twitter or whatever it was, and he's just sitting up there, and anytime anybody is running to the escape hatch, he's just taking them out. I'm just like, you know what? If that starts happening, I am going to be so fucking pissed, and that will make me walk away because that's some bullshit. You can't see where snipers are all the time. You'd have to be walking I mean, it sounds terrible. But I love it so far. I fucking love it so far. It does have some top-notch voice acting. Dispatch or Arc Raiders? I have not seen the chiropractic AI videos yet. No. Extraction God of War theme where you play as the Spartans. Yeah, after playing a lot of Arc Raiders, what I will tell you is, like somebody in the chat earlier mentioned Resident Evil as an extraction. I'm playing it and I'm like, oh, I wish there was a Star Wars mod for this, or just a Star Wars extraction. I would love that. Let me look up this one. Let's look at this together. Rules of Engagement, which I guess is supposed to be, I don't think it's available yet. But apparently this is sort of a horror-based extraction title. Let's watch this together. Durant, I'll bring you on in 1 sec, buddy. I see you there. This is a long trailer, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's just watch it just to get the gist. like the monsters. Cool. No ways. I want to play this. Cool. I'm in, man. I'm in. Well, they took some of the stuff from Half Life, but I mean, how old is Half Life? Right? I mean, come on. Sector says it looks okay, but they kind of rip head crabs and barnacles from Half Life. Well, Half Life ripped them from Aliens, right? Or Aliens, so that doesn't bother me too much. But that looks cool. It's called Rules of Engagement, Gray State Studio. They have not announced a date yet. It's not in early access yet. But I do think it is an extraction. Developer Tencent, previously named, the studio is developing free-to-play tactical extraction shooter that combines psychological horror with competitive PvPvE. 2026 release. Okay, so there you go. It sounds like it is basically Arc Raiders horror, which is fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. I'm totally down with that. Okay. Well, here's what. Let me bring on Durant real quick. See what he's got going on in his brain pan. Durant, it's Jaffe. What's up, buddy? Really? What happened?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Okay, cool. Okay, the first God of War game that you directed. I mean,
Yes.
How much involvement did you have with the novelization?
None.
Okay, so in the novel, I'm going to assume it's not canon. Whatever. There's a paragraph
I don't fucking know. I mean, what is canon? Canon can change with the wind, but I certainly haven't read it and I wasn't involved. But what happened in it?
There's a paragraph that mentions Ares invading Egypt, and it's just one little paragraph. Who cares? Well, now that the rumors are coming out that
Ares invading Egypt.
Yes. In the God of War 1 novelization, yes.
But so it was before Kratos killed him? Like when he was in God of War, you mean?
Right, yes.
Okay, cool.
So there is an Easter egg.
Who did he invade Egypt with? What were what side was he on?
He was Ares was just being Ares, and it's really left like open-ended. It's really not consequential.
Okay.
I guess. So there's an Easter egg in God of War Ragnarok where Thor's wife, in one of the Atreus sections, Thor's wife is reading the Torah, which is the holy text for the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
That can connect and intertwine with Egypt because of the whole Moses and Exodus story. That would be Hebrew mythology, but still there is like some mention of the Egyptian records that talk about.
I didn't know that. I never finished that game, but I think I think that Egypt is pretty much a lock. I mean, it's not a lock like I know, but I mean, the rumors have been out there, and it's also been something I know that a lot of people on the team have wanted to do for a long time. So it's cool if they were starting to plant those seeds there. That's awesome.
That's sort of where I got this brainstorming idea of, okay, what if Kratos goes in? So what if the current Kratos goes into an Egypt that is post plagues, post Exodus event happening, and it could cover the story of like, okay, he can walk into this realm of like Ra and Isis and whoever the gods are, but they're losing power, or they're losing grip on their people, just for the fact that the idea of a foreign god, the Hebrew god, comes in out of nowhere with this guy named Moses and says, "Let my people go," kind of, the whole free the slave situation. And he has to fight against Pharaoh. Pharaoh's Pharaohs were believed to be incarnations of the gods at the time. So just ideas bumping in my head of the way that the current God of War.
Cool things. I think it would be great if he just starts fighting some big monster, and like killing the monster causes like a massive explosion, and that's what caused the Red Sea to part, which let Moses and the people escape.
Hey, see, now we're talking. We're talking. All right.
He didn't even know he did it. He didn't even know he did it. Kratos, the true king of the Jews. Kratos is his actual name. All right,
his actions could be the consequences. All right, I'll let you go.
All right, thanks, Durant. Hey, man, I'm down with that. Could be cool. Jojo D says, whatever happened to Barlog Space RPG action game thing? I mean, that was rumored. I don't know if that was, I don't think that's ever been confirmed, but I don't know what he's working on, man. I mean, I have no fucking clue at this point. I know that it is taking a hell of a long time, whatever it is. Damn. And I was thinking about it. I saw today that Miles Morales is 5 years old. It's a 5-year-old game at this point. And I know that director was working on the Wolverine game, and then he left, a year and a half ago or something. And now he's working on the Tomb Raider game. And it just kind of reminds me of whenever I see this stuff, I'm just like, man, get out of AAA. It takes forever to put a game out. Whereas, you're working in AA, you're working in indie, you just pop them out like fucking, I don't know. I was going to say something, get me in trouble, but you know what I'm saying? You pop them out like ladies that are very much about having babies a lot and then going, look at all my babies. That's all I was going to say. But yeah, no, I'd love to see God of War take place in Egypt. That would be cool. I think there's a lot of stuff to do there. Jaffe, talk about Todd Howard and anniversaries, Fallout 4 and Elder Scrolls, whatever. Anybody who's waiting with bated breath for Elder Scrolls is a fucking moron, because they've made it clear it's not coming out for a while. I think we will see, what's it called? Avowed 2 a lot sooner. And my understanding is the people who could deal with Outer Worlds 2, I didn't like it, but a lot of people found a lot to like about that game, and a lot they felt were improved at a systems level over Avowed. So, and Avowed was really well received. The only issue that a lot of people had with Avowed was the story, but they thought the gameplay was really, really good. So Avowed 2 could actually be shaping up to be what fills that gap while people are waiting. Jaffe says, Lennon, why do you think Onimusha was never as big as other Capcom franchises? I feel like the new one won't be a huge seller. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. Onimusha 1 was a PS2 exclusive, if I remember, at least timed exclusive. And it did well, and the PS2 did well out the gate. So I don't know. I mean, obviously they started, changing the character around, and the game, the second game was different. And then the third game had Jean Reno in it. And it did, I think, struggle to maybe forge its own identity, but I don't know, it was popular, but it wasn't, I think, what it is, here's what I think. I think it lacks the kind of personality, like so much of it is built on the back of the genre of sort of samurai action films that did most of the heavy lifting. Whereas I think something like Resident Evil, which was also built on the back of horror films, but yeah, you know what? I'd love to sit here and give you a great off the cuff answer without thinking about it. And it's just like, that's really insight. I have no fucking idea. I can tell you, I love them. I thought, I played all 3 of them. I remember we were playing the shit out of Onimusha 3, and looking at it and going, we're so fucked with God of War. We'll never be as good as this game because it's just so perfect. It's so well made. But I don't know. But I enjoyed it a lot. I'm loving Ninja Gaiden 4, says Jojo, more than Ghost of Yote. The game of the year feels the game. I don't know what that is. Feels different somehow. Are you playing it on normal or easy? Because I got too frustrated playing that on normal, and then so I haven't gone back to it. But okay, all right. Well, fellas, here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna wrap this up. I am probably gonna do some streaming on what's it called, on Arc Raiders tonight. Because what time is it right now? It's like 4:30 California time. So yeah, I got to get some things done, and then I will probably be streaming some Arc later tonight. So hopefully I'll see you on there, and then I'll let you guys know in the next couple of days. Is Gaming Exposed getting a temporary co-host? Is it going on hiatus? Are we going to stay solo? How are we going to handle that? So I'll let you know. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of someone I should reach out to that might be a great temporary co-host. That would be helpful. Don't forget, reach out to Gene if you want, if you can do it kindly, and just, wish him the best. He's one of the good ones out there. And, I'm looking forward to when he's sitting right back, next to me virtually. So, all right, fellas, there you go. That's the show. Anna G, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you guys for the chats, the super chats, the conversations, the memberships, and be well, have fun, and be safe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.